What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. Today is an exciting day, my friends, because today, my friend Michael's in the house, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and I'm glad that he's here to hang out and play some games. But more importantly, is the game that we're going to be playing today. We are cracking into the Carniverse, y'all. I got the table set up, I got the dinosaurs laid out, I got all the paperwork that I forgot last time we were supposed to play the game. So let's go take a look at the board, take a look at the teams, and get into this game of the Carniverse. What's up, friends? Welcome to the mall. Welcome to a dystopian apocalyptic future in which dinosaurs have taken over the world. So we've got our parties here in the mall. We're going to see them and say we're going to pop the top off this mall so we can see everything that's going on in the board. There are several resource tokens scattered around the mall. Our goal is to gather as many of them as we can and return them to our bases. There are 3 compies currently already in the mall, which we'll again take a look at in a moment. And here we be. So we've got our dead center resource token, and then there's one on the ground floor, one in the bathroom underneath here, one in the back room of the shop, and one here in the top floor. Start with the dino phase. Now currently, we don't have to worry about scent of meat. We'll talk about that on turn 2 because that's when that becomes a factor. There are also currently no detection tokens on the board. Checks, all that stuff, we're going to talk about that on turn 2 because that's when it's going to start mattering. What we do have, however, right now are some dinosaur activations, as we do have these 3 compi that need to do stuff. Dinosaurs will move towards detection tokens. Currently, we don't have any detection tokens, so they'll move towards the closest humans that they can see. And I'm pretty sure that this one can at least see down here a little bit. So they're going to start heading that way. Compi could see his friends tucked in behind the door over there. This one, however, could see me, so it's going to come hop down. Now we're going to do an initiative check, as that is the end of the dinosaur phase. We do this, we take our leader, we roll a d6, and we add his leadership. I got a 9.
I've got a...
Ooh, probably a 10?
Leadership is the last one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Alright, so Mike will activate first in both the movement and shooting phases. But first, we do the movement phases, where we can move, interact with the battlefield, do all of the things that we want to do. During the movement phase, we alternate moving models. However, we're not going to film it that way. We're going to show you where all of my models start, which is here. All of Michael's models start, which is here. So after completing all of our movements, this is where my friends have ended up. Now, these 2 right here, they dashed, which when you dash, you can go in a straight line, and for each inch that each AP you spend, you get double movement. So they basically he came like up 2 inches and then dashed 4. The dash gives him a detection token. It also gives him a dash token that marks him he's harder to hit in shooting, which for this turn I don't think is going to be an issue, but in future turns it may come into play. But this is where I've ended up, and this is where Michael's team has ended up, pushing the resource tokens, but also with more compies coming to bear. After the movement, we come to the shooting phase, where Michael will also have the initiative to act first. Right here, with the bow, is going to fire at that compy. So she's going to roll a d6 and add her shoot skill. 6 plus the shoot skill, which is 3 goes to 9. Minus 1, because the compy is in cover, goes to an 8, which is still greater than a 7, so that will hit. So now we roll another dice. 6. 5, and we add the damage of the weapon.
Which is, at this range, it's long range, so it's 2.
So 2, so that's a 7, and then we divide that by the compy's constitution, which is 2, which would give us a 3, and the compy has 2 hit points, so that would kill a compy. I don't have any shots to take, so we'll go back to Michael. Ellie, gonna shoot at that compy right there. So rolling to hit.
Yep. 2.
2 plus a shoot of
3.
Does not hit. It's got to be 7 or greater. The guy on the bottom floor over there has got a rate of fire 2. Both shots are going to go at the compy. So first shot misses.
5. Yeah.
Second shot misses. Taking one more shot on the compy from Janice, you said?
Janet.
Janet.
You're in the red dress.
Damn it. Janet.
Exactly.
The one in the red dress in the back. For a 7 or better.
Yeah, she's got a shooting skill of 2.
There you go. That hits. All right, roll up your damage.
4
Plus damage on the weapon.
So 9mm has a damage of 2.
2, so that's a 6 divided by 3, or divided by 2, which will be 3 damage, which is enough to kill the comp. We'll do it for the shooting phase. Now, during most of those shots, with the exception of the compound bow, Mike is collecting detection tokens. Some of the weapons are louder than others, but those are going to come into effect during the next dino phase, where it will start pulling things towards us. Next up, we go to the melee phase, where things swing in order of the speed of their weapon. So the fast, then the mediums, then the slows. So right here, this compy is fast, so it will swing at me before I can swing. It is an opposed roll, so we roll up. Oh, that's pretty good. Mine's pretty good too. My melee, however, is 2, so it's tie. So ties go to the model with the highest melee. If that's a tie, then they go to the model with the high, or go to the attacker. So that would be a hit.
Okay.
So we roll damage. We got a 3 plus damage to 1 damage on Max. Max then gets to swing back. So I got a 7.
Alright, so you did the damage.
So I will hit. And then we go to damage. Ooh, that's a 1 plus my strength of 3 is 4, divided by their con of 2 is 2 damage. They only have 2 HP, so that will kill a compy.
It's not a
Okay, and that'll bring us to the end of turn 1. We'll go normally there. If we had lost people, there would be a morale check here. No one has lost anyone yet, so we just keep chugging into the next turn, where we'll start.
Dinosaurs, they can leave us alone.
Where we'll start with the dino. First thing during the dino phase, now that we're on turn 2, is the scent of meat. So we roll a d6, and then when there's a chart, we'll consult for the nut with the number of survivors that are in place. Right now, we're looking for a 6, and it'll be a dinosaur here. No dinosaur from the scent of meat. Nothing sniffs us out off of that. We go to detection tokens. Now, with the detection tokens, for any model that has one, you roll a dice, you add the number of detection tokens that they have, and if that roll is 7 or greater, then there's going to be a dinosaur that shows up on a table edge. So we're going to roll those out, and then we'll show you where and if any dinosaurs show up. And if you do get a dinosaur, then there's a chart right here that you roll on to figure out what kind of dinosaur it will be. Side of the table, we're still free and clear. We don't remove the detection tokens until after the dinosaurs have activated during the dino phase. However, on Michael's side of the table, it is a slightly different story. We managed to attract a Pachycephalosaurus, as well as 2 compies. Next comes your reload checks, which are roll a d6, add the number of ammo tokens that you have on the model, and if that number is equal to or greater than the clip size, the magazine size, then you have to reload. You have to spend an action. How many? It's maybe more than 1 action to reload.
Reload takes 2 AP.
2 AP to reload your weapon. Then we're going to go to dinosaur activations, where a bunch of dinosaurs are going to be pushing in on Michael's jump. Mike's getting swarmed up a little bit over here.
Poor Janet, with her heels in hand.
Poor Janet is about to potentially get wrecked. So the Pachycephalosaurus, when it charges in, it gets a melee attack that will have +1 damage if it hits. So let's see if it hits. It's going to hit.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's opposed.
Oh, it's an opposed. So 6 and plus the melee of the thing is 3. So I got a 9.
Well, it's going to win, because I got strength. It's melee or strength?
Melee.
Okay, I got a melee of 2.
Yeah, so you can't beat me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit. So damage +1 here. So we got 2 plus 1 is 3, plus the strength is 3. So 6 divided by your constitution.
3.
So 2 damage. Real quick. When those models came into base to base, you have to do what is called a terror check. So you roll a dice. The dinosaur is adding their terror stat. The model is adding their bravery stat.
Okay.
So 5 plus 2 is 7.
I got 2 bravery. Oh, I saw that 6.
All right, so all that means is that he cannot disengage from those dinosaurs. So now that we've settled the Packy and the Compy movements, we'll go to an initiative check. I got a 5 plus 4 is 9.
I got 4 also. I have
Yeah, but and he has an extra +1 bonus to that roll because he has fewer models than I do, because it's easier to coordinate a small team. But I still managed to get the victory there. So we'll go to me and movement. This is where everybody's starting out their movements, both on my side as well as Michael's. Remember, we do have a guy on the ground floor of this building down, and I might can even see him through the hole. I can see him through the hole!
This model is so freaking
Yes! Black Site Studios, you guys nailed this mall thing. This is the first time I've ever had the mall like fully laid out and playing on it, and I am absolutely my movements, which are mostly just positioning. I've got holding up here, grab and cover where he can see. Max is totally shielded up on the ground floor over here. These guys are grabbing cover behind the kiosk. Betty, so we got to run there, dash on Joe. On Michael's side, we got friend moving up the stairs here. And then we've got a lot of friends joining in on the fight.
Yeah, we got a big girl power boss.
Big girl boss fight going on over there.
Dr. Ellie here, she reloaded and grabbed up one resource token.
Grabbed up a resource token. Outstanding. So it comes to the shoosting. Holding down here. Gonna take a shot at Dr. Ellie in the middle there. 5 plus 3 is 8. Minus 1 is 7. So we hit. Not great on the damage band from the pump. I'm going to take a shot down the gallery at my mercenary, who I haven't forgot to name, who's right there. 6 here. Gets the 6.
Wow.
Roll the damage.
All right. 4.
1, so it'd be 1 damage. Does it for shooting. We'll go to melee. Who are our... I know the compies are fast. I don't know about your models. It works out that Karen happens to be the fastest. So you have a few ways to break ties to figure out who's going to go first. The first way of the weapon, which is either fast, medium, or slow. If that is the same, then you go off dexterity values. If that's the same, you go off melee values. If those are still the same, then it comes to a roll-off. So these models right here are all pretty much the same. They're all fast. However, Karen is a little bit faster. So she'll go first, and then it will come to a roll-off between the compies and Janet. The Packy is going to hit, I'm sure. So then damage.
Oh.
6. What's the damage on knife? Is 0 modifier.
Yeah.
So it's a 6 divided by...
Plus strength, right?
Plus strength.
Which is 3, so 9.
So 9 divided by 3. That should be 3 damage. Would go next.
But as a group.
They swing as a group. So they're 5... 6, 7, 8, because they get plus 1. Michael gets a 2, so I will hit. Plus 1 to my strength here. So that's a 2 and 5 divided by your con of...
Doesn't matter, because that's going to take me out.
Does that take you out? Okay.
Does it make a difference if we go to 0?
No.
Go below 0, so it's just gone?
Yep. So Compy takes out Janet. Num. The Packy, which will swing at Karen. Getting a 4, 5, 6, 7. To a 5.
This is melee?
Yep.
Okay, which is 8.
You got a 3 there? Alright, so no damage from the Packy. Cool. And then the Nun will swing at a Compy.
Oh, that'll do it.
It's 2. Yep, that'll hit.
Oh.
What's her...
so it's 1 plus her strength of 1.
Plus 1.
Plus 1, so 3.
So 3 damage divided by their con of 2, 1 damage. Come to our end phase, we have to do a morale test for Michael. So this is how that works. He's going to roll a d6. He gets a 5. We're going to add the number of casualties that he took this turn, which is 1, which is a 6. So he was looking to have a number that is equal to or less than the leadership of his leader, which is 4, plus the number of other surviving team members, which is 3, which gives him a target number of 7. And 6 is less than 7, so he's going to stay put and not run away yet. Then we go to the next turn, Dino phase. Nothing on our scent of meat. I'll let Michael roll the dice because he's been rolling a bunch of 6s, but he rolled a 5.
One time.
Way to go. And so no scent of meat, and we're going to go through our dino checks, reload checks, and we'll let you know how all of that pans out. So, Mike's having a little pout sesh. Everybody feel bad for him. He's having a pity party, and you're all invited. As far as the phase goes, we haven't moved the dinosaurs yet. I drew in 1 dinosaur, which was a compy from Max on this side, which will just jump through that window right there when it's its turn, I'm sure. Mike pulls in 1 compy as well.
With a noise of 1.
With a noise of 1.
6 again.
Rolled the 6 again. It happens. Like I said, he's been rolling 6s hot all day long. That's right. That's right. And then at that point, we will move to the dinosaur movements, which we've got this compy, which is going to be moving in this way. And then we've got that compy, which will move in to join the pack of the others. Ready for our initiative roll.
5 and 5.
5 and 5. We'll do it again.
I win.
Oh, because you have +1. That's right. Because he has +1. So we've got Mike's got the initiative. He gets his +1 bonus for having fewer models, but it's just +1. It doesn't go any higher than that.
And it's only because I had +1 from the get-go.
He had +1 from the get-go. Not because he lost the guy, he had +1 from the get, because from the start he had fewer models than I did. And we'll go with all the stuff. End of the dino phase. If you are still in base-to-base contact with the dinosaur, you have to take that terror versus bravery check again to see if you are going to be able to disengage that turn. So as it stands right now, Sister Anne cannot disengage this turn. However, Karen 100% can if she so chooses.
When we disengage, it takes 2.
Minor retcon. The damage that was on him is not there because modifiers that would have been on that shot took it out of the range of realm of possibility for her to have hit me because of modifiers. So post movement, we've just kind of done some shuffling around. Got some friends that moved up to the corners. So we've got DJ here, Callum there. Michael disengages.
Yeah, Karen disengaged over here, and Dr. Ellie kind of took a little sprint heading for the corner here.
And then our friend here moves up onto the second floor proper.
And Sister Anne still sitting there going...
Sister Anne stuck in the mix. Gonna take a shot at the Packy. That's gonna be a miss.
That's gonna be a miss.
Callum gonna take a shot at Karen. -1 for cover. That's a miss. Gonna take a shot at the Packy.
Should just go 3.
That's a miss. Shooting at the nun with Holden. That's not gonna hit. Hunting rifle.
Okay.
So Betty's gonna take a shot with her hunting rifle at Karen. That's gonna be a miss. Compies will swing first because they're the fastest. There's 3 of them there, so we get +2 to the roll. So that's 4, 6, 8.
Alright, and Sister Anne's got a melee of 2, so it's 6.
Okay, so damage. That'd be 2, 4, 6.
6 damage, so it's gonna be, she's got a con of 3, so it'll be 2 damage.
2 damage.
And
Swings.
do they still get the pack bonus?
Yes.
Same roll, basically. It is 6.
Oh, you got the 6. So because they had a 4, 6, 8.
And
You have a 9.
I've got 6 plus the melee, right?
Yep.
Which goes to 8, and tie goes to the attacker.
Tie there would go to the compies because they currently have the higher melee stat. That's it for that. Nobody lost anybody this round. We'll go to the next turn. We'll work out our dino actions, all that stuff, and we'll show you what everything looks like when we're done. Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be a charge. So the compies over here continue moving this way. The Dilo's going to move in and spit on Ellie. The Packy moves in, but not far enough to get up enough speed to charge. So we'll see if the Dilo spits. 2 plus 4 is 6. No, it does not. Initiative roll. We were missing something. Mike has a ability on his leader that gives him an extra dice to roll, and he can take the highest.
So I'll take the highest.
He'll take the highest and have the initiative. So moving. This is where we're starting out. Again,
bravery.
one thing in movement, I do have friends in these corners that we can't really see right now. And yes, Mike does have to take a bravery test with her. And then I think you would have to do one for the Packy as well. Test for the Packy to see if you can get away from that one. I got a 4, 6, 3, 7. So you can disengage this turn if you so choose. We also got to do one for the Dilophosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
For where it went in. It got a 5. Yes, she can break away if she so pleases. Okay. So I am going on Overwatch with Callum, but he went on there last. When I move Max into the resource token here, Michael does have an Overwatch shot to take with his hit. Carry.
Okay, so it's up +3. Son of a...
Not today. Karen, from behind her little hidey hole back there, is going to take a shot at Holden in the bushes. -1 to the shot for cover. 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, because she shoot 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So we got a hit. Damage 3. So 5.
5 be 1 damage. Is going to take a shot at the nun. 3. Gonna take a shot at the Packy. Try again. 1. Does not hit. That's what you get for not redeem herself, and she's going to take a shot at the nun. I am -1, though, because I have bulky because of the resource token. 3. Nope, not going to hit. Conway going to take shots at Callum, who's standing on this corner of the ground. Fire rate of 2. First one misses.
And then this is a -1 because it's the second shot, right?
-2.
-2.
Because second shot and cover.
Oh, okay, and cover. Right.
Also misses. And that's a lot of, it's loud. It's got a noise 1, right?
It's good. It's noise.
It's loud.
Yes.
Yeah. Right here is going to shoot at the compy that's right here, about to be in his face. That's going to hit. Damage 3 plus 3 is 6.
Plus another one because it became.
Plus another one for big game. That's enough to kill that compy. Dr. Ellie going to shoot at that Dilo over there. Plus 3. She's got big game hunter.
She does. So that actually does.
That
4
should be to the roll with damage. So that's 4, 5, 9. Down here on the ground floor, going to take a shot at the nun.
What's he got?
Sawed off.
That's a random.
14. Or 12.
12.
But he still had that. So going to hit the nun. -1 to the shot. 3 plus 3, 4, 7. -1. Nope, that is a miss. For shooting, there's nobody in melee right now. Neither of us lost a party member that turn. So we go to a dino phase. Compy's over here moved to not quite in range to attack Callum. Over here we have a giant cluster. And we have a Dilo that's going to be spitting at Ellie. Shooting skill of 4. Misses. Did the Dilo make it into base with Ellie? Yeah. Okay, so for Ellie, I got a 5.
We're good.
You're good. And then for Ann, for the Packies, you're good on the Packy probably.
Yeah.
And then on the Compies, which are going to be +5.
I'm +4.
So that you won't be able to break away there. He still gets 2 dice, take the best. So I got a 7. He got a 6.
Oh, I went. It's a tie. +1.
Oh yeah, you're right. +1, so that's a reroll. I got a 10. You got an 11. That'll work. Callum on the corner here. DJ right about there on the ground floor. This is where everybody else is. Max holding out in the bathroom. This is probably my favorite part of this kit. I just need to say that. So here is where everybody ends up. Callum does have an Overwatch shot that he's taking during that movement phase against Conway. Conway. And Karen has run off the board. He's catching Conway like right here.
Yeah, Ellie and Karen.
In the tray. No, misses. Is going to shoot the closest compy that's under here. That's going to hit. Damage 3. And that's going to be enough to kill a compy. And at that point, we're gonna call it a wrap for the shooting. I did move Holden and DJ, who I forgot about, so they pulled back some, and we're gonna go to melee. Compies get a 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 3 more is 10, so that's gonna hit. That's a 2. Hold up, plus 4 plus 3 is 7.
Which is gonna be enough.
Oh, because it only needs 1.
Yeah.
Yep, so that'll take Ann down. Also in the melee phase and bring us to the morale step. So let's roll the dice. We got a 4, which is plus 2, which would be a 6, and he needed to be less than a 4. So he will route, ending the scenario. I will just leave with the resource token. We can't find anything that says that if your opponent routes, you gather up the remaining resource tokens that are on the board. So for the time being, we're going to say that doesn't happen. I do have a bonus that I'm going to get for my leader for his ability, as well as the fact that I am holding 3 resource tokens currently. So we're going to go to the end game phase, where we're going to start with Mike having to make some injury checks. So for rolling, for who are you rolling for first?
Well, first one that went down, Janet.
All right, so Janet, this is going to be -1 because a dinosaur took Janet out. So he gets a 10, -1 goes to a 9. PTSD. The character suffers from the experience and cannot act quickly. They suffer a permanent -1 penalty to their AP and their bravery.
Okay.
And Sister Anna? It's a 5, -1 goes to a 4. She has an arm injury. She's lost the use of one of her arms and may no longer use weapons that require the use of more than one hand, which limits you to pistols, thrown, and melee weapons unless the melee weapon is a 2-handed weapon. May only carry 2 total weapons and cannot carry resource tokens. If it's rolled again, then they count as dead. Injury rolls, we come to our experience, which is however much different dinosaurs are worth different amounts of XP. So for killing a dinosaur, a model will get XP. For killing an enemy or a human, you get +2. For surviving, you get 1d6. And for completing an objective, you get +5. So we've tied up our XP. It costs 10 XP to get to the first level, to get to level 1. I'm the only one who's going to have models that can get there. And I have Max and Betty, who are both going to be able to get to level 1. So let's talk about what that means. When you level a model, you have a choice. You can either roll on an attribute, or you can roll on one of their skill paths. I'm going to roll an attribute on Joe, and I'm going to roll a skill path on Betty. For Joe, a 3 + 1 strength. Choose from either the firearms or the mental track. She's going to roll on firearms for this one. So we got a 4, which is wall of bullets. I don't know what it does, but it sounds good. Resource table, which is where we go to roll. So I have 3 resource tokens, so I will roll on this table 3 times. On the chart, it's a 2d6 by 2d6 roll. Get your Y, get your X, and then that's what you get. So I ended up getting 12, 19, 26 resource points, along with a heavy axe, a hunting bow, and a sniper rifle that I will distribute out amongst my friends.
I got 7 RP and a hunting bow.
Michael got 7 RP and a hunting bow. Now our base upkeep is 0 because we do not have any facilities. Then we come into jobs that you can have your people do. If they were injured, then they have to heal. They can't do a job. Other things that they can do are to work a facility at the base, to your leader can recruit a new member, or they can build a facility. I am going to build a training room in my base, and that's going to do it for this game. That's going to be a victory for my team, a hearty handshake for Michael, who were wonderful to see his lovely face around the table again. Thanks so much for tuning in while hanging out while we played some Carniverse. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. And as always, I'd like to say a big, huge, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to our patrons who support us and pledge to us over on Patreon. You guys are the absolute best. If you enjoyed the content you saw here today and that's something that you would like to consider doing to help out the channel, go over there, check out the link in the description, check out the Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff over there, including access to our Discord server, talk to me, hang out with me, talk about our work, what we got going on in the hobby, some shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out if that's something that you think you would be into. And regardless of whether or not you do that, I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful that you decided to stop by and spend part of your day with me today, rolling dice and pushing toy soldiers around. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, may the dice be ever in your favor.